Every year, Annecy's Animation Film Festival is giving a special crystal, a special award for a lifetime achievement. And this year, this honorary crystal is given to Barry Purves, the most amazing animator of a lot of things, but as it's his moment, he's going to be conducting this interview. Hello, Barry.
Good afternoon.
Thanks a lot for being with us.
I have to say it's a thrill to be at the biggest festival, animation festival in the world, and getting this gorgeous, gorgeous award. How I'm going to take it home, I don't know yet, but it's beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
Do you think you'll have some problems at the airport check with all those Brexit stuff?
No, because I've also got a skeleton of a puppet in my armature, in my case, and all sorts of things. No, it's beautiful. And it really is a beautiful trophy, because I've been to some where some of the films have won things like a rock. I was given a rock once.
A nice rock?
It was beautiful, but it was heavy. But no, I shall treasure this one. Seriously, I'll treasure this. Annecy it was almost one of my first festivals in 1990. And I was on the jury 12 years ago with Matt Groening when he was here.
Okay.
And I love Annecy, but I've seen it go, whoa, it's huge. It was like going through the park yesterday was like going to Woodstock or Glastonbury. There were so many people all having a good time, drinking and watching crazy animation. Animators are wonderful people. They're so crazy. They know how to have a good time.
Yes, they do. And it's, well, I'm going to let you lead.
Okay, well, I'm here because Annecy acknowledging films I've made. I've been very lucky to work in children's television. I've done about 350 short films in children's television, which I love. Sometimes people are a bit, oh, it's children's. No, it's a film. Give them the best film you can. But I've also managed to make short films that are unlike any other short films that have been made. There's a lot of sex in them, a lot of singing, a lot of savagery, a lot of culture, and they seem to like them. I think they're different. They're quite classy. And I work with puppets, and I've got puppets doing what puppets haven't really been doing before. Sex, killing, murder, whatever. And I think I've sort of shown that animation isn't just for children. I made a film called Achilles that I wanted to see if I could make an erotic movie, to see if a puppet could be erotic, or whether people are just going to laugh at the idea of a puppet having sex. And they've all told me this week it's such an erotic movie. So I like to... I did another film called Plume, that the budget, well, it wasn't the biggest budget I've worked for, and I thought, can I tell a film with one puppet in a pool of light? That's it. And it's turned out to be the most dramatic film I've ever done. I like to challenge storytelling and things, and I just love animation. I also do theatre plays and things, and I just love the whole aspect of performing and visual storytelling, and puppets are good because you can touch it, you know. That is still the best recording device.
The hands?
Yes. Forget computers and things. And my hand is a bit shaky these days, but it's still, you can move something and you know how much you've moved it and you can repeat it. It's the best recording device. And it's direct. The joy of puppet animation is you've got a puppet there in the light, in the space. You don't need anybody else. Because if you're working with CG, you've got a skeleton and somebody puts the skin on, somebody puts the fur on, somebody does the lighting, somebody does that. And it's a bit fragmented. With a puppet, it's there, it's complete. It's just you having a strange relationship with a puppet.
You were making them?
I don't make them, but I...
You give them life?
I give them life, yes. I direct and write, which is enough. But I do give them life, but I also take life away from them.
That's the privilege of the animator.
But you know what? It hurts. It's right for the film, but when I kill a puppet, I try and make that the last moment of the film, so that I don't have to cheat and bring it back to life again.
And in the real life, what?
I don't kill people in real life.
No. I mean, what happens to the puppet who's dead in the film?
I put him in a box and he's comfortable. Or he comes to Annecy. I have a puppet that's brought to come to Annecy.
You have a puppet with you
I do,
here?
yes.
Do you think we can...
Yes, I could get my glamorous assistant to bring it.
We can invite
Yeah.
it? Do we say it, her?
Him.
Him. It's him.
But this one is called... Thank you.
It seems it's a little boy in a sleeping bag from here.
Okay, I'll set the film up. It's a true story which I'm screening at the festival called No Ordinary Joe. And it's a true story of a lesbian who lived till she was 93. She had affairs with royalty, film stars. She drove speedboats. She drove ambulances. She crowned herself queen of an island. But for all the affairs she had with women, she was only in love once with a man called Lord Todd Wadley, and he was a puppet. And she said, through you, I am myself. I can talk to you about things I can't talk about anybody else. And as much as we could, we modelled this puppet on the real character. So, yes, you can talk. This is Lord Todd Wadley, so address him as Lord, Sir, to you.
How do you do, sir?
He's very pleased to meet you.
I'm pleased to meet you too, and I didn't know I will meet you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you for meeting us.
So the story of the film is about this lesbian on the end of her life talking to this puppet saying, did we do okay? Did we do all right? Of course you did, woman, shut up. We did fine. Do you remember this? Do you remember that? Do you remember? I know, but did I upset her? No, you didn't upset her. She was fine. And it's coming to some sort of acceptance through this puppet, which is a lot like our life. We talk to cats that, did I have a good day? We talk to lovers, did we have a good day? We try and make sense. Or we write Greek myths, we write animated films. We need to make sense of our lives, and this woman made sense through her puppet. And it's a true story.
It's quite beautiful. It's full of poetry to imagine so much life and life balance.
Interesting that he's male. When she had 140 female lovers, not at the same time or the same night. Would have been a busy night.
Indeed.
As he says.
Can I?
Yes, you can
move him.
Yeah.
Make him move.
Yeah. Right, that's me out of a job now.
How many puppets have you?
That was just one for him.
Yeah, but I mean, in your career, how many puppets have you?
Yeah, I wish you'd asked me that earlier. Well, I did a film that's beautiful.
You can look up to it like this.
I did a film called Rigoletto based on the Verdi opera. And we had 36 puppets that I animated every frame. I've lost count with how many puppets I have. Lots
more
of children.
than she had lovers.
Yes, a lot more. So I was trying to work out how many films I've made. I've made 10 of my own films and about 350 short animated films, of which my friend Julianne provided the voice for many characters. Hi, Julianne. You can tell she's a children's voiceover artist because they talk funny voices. Have you done voices for an animated film?
No, but it's a dream actually. I was cast for a wildlife documentary once, but I was not. I was in the two last, but I was not called in the end. And I hope that someday I will have the privilege to use my voice to do funny things, indeed.
I can't do funny things with my voice. I can't sing, and I am a man of 1,000 voices, all of them identical. But I have a radio show back in England called Bedtime with Barry, and it's late at night, and I play gentle classical music, and people go, "Oh, lovely." They fall asleep in the bath.
But I guess the topics are...
I'll talk about Annecy next week when I record it. I try and find music that has a story or something I can say about. If I've been to the opera or the ballet, I talk about it or something. I just talk.
Well, Julian told us that you would be talking, and actually you're here for that. And
Yes.
a radio show is also here
Yes.
for speakers.
Bedtime for Barry, Radio OT, 9 o'clock Thursday on the computer.
We'll definitely check that.
Yeah.
What are you going to do except put it on a chimney mantle? What are you going to do with this energy that you have in Annecy? Are you going to share it?
Well,
are you going to keep it for you?
No.
What's the...
I would love to think it would open a few doors. I hope I'm not finished as an animator. I would love people to say, "Oh, his films are okay. He can talk. Why haven't we got him on board our film? Why haven't we got him writing something?" Because I feel I've done good, but there's still more to do. Still more to do.
And you know, when Annecy's Animation Film Festival gives you a Life Achievement Award, it's not an end of life achievement award. It's the beginning of a new chapter.
Yes, definitely,
with this in hand.
Definitely. People say, "How do you get ideas?" And I think that's not the problem. It's getting the money to make the films the problem. Every film you make is a huge achievement that it gets made. And I hope I've got at least 2 more films inside me. I'd like to make a feature film. That's missing.
Well, shout out to all animation community in Annecy and
Hello, you
anywhere
lovely
in
people.
the world.
I'm happy to work in France or wherever. I made a film in France about 10 years ago in Château Marmont.
Where is that exactly?
Exactly. It has one claim to fame. Napoleon stayed there one night and one night only.
Oh, is it a good?
It's in the near Tours.
Okay, in the Loire castles.
Yes. Good cake shop.
Okay.
Which was good because there was nothing else going on. But we made a good film there, so it was good. And I learnt a bit of French.
What do you know as French?
Cake. More cake. Yeah, no, I'm not going to embarrass myself with the French.
No, it's not possible to be embarrassed here, Barry. No problem. You arrived yesterday in Annecy.
Yes.
How long do you plan to stay with us?
I'm here till Sunday. I've got a retrospective screening tomorrow. I think it's either 2:30 or 3 o'clock in the venue we've just been in.
Mm-hmm.
And the same program is showing on Saturday. We're showing a film about Shakespeare, a film about Japanese kabuki, a film about Verdi opera, a film about Greek tragedy, a film about a naked man with wings, who people read as, is he an angel? Is he a Greek figure? No, he's a man with wings. We're showing a film about Tchaikovsky, and then this man gets his moment.
Okay.
Which is quite a lot of film.
And how long this program will...
17 minutes, 75 minutes.
Okay, that's a huge gift you're making us.
And we've just restored the films, which is very nice. Because some of them are old and they get copies of copies of copies of copies and they get dirty. So we've just cleaned them up and they look marvellous.
Amazing. So that's the proof that it's not fading out, but fading in.
Fading in. Using a film term, fade in. Can you do that?
And just a question about puppets, but
Yeah.
with all the CGI techniques
Yes.
that we have now, is it something that will disappear or find a golden age and a golden place in
Yes,
the animation?
it's finding a golden place. I was on the film Mars Attacks, which was going to be stop motion, and then they suddenly went to CG because it was cheaper and CG was becoming big. They just released the film Jumanji, and we all said, bring out your dead, that's the end of stop motion. There was a lull, and then Coraline and films like that, Paranorman, started to happen. And it dawned on everybody, we don't have to be real. We can enjoy the artifice of what a puppet is. And Pinocchio, last year with Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, is extraordinary. It's a real love lesson to puppets. So I think puppets are not going away. But I think we can enjoy the qualities of what a puppet is. And I think what that quality is the handmade craft. You know they exist. You can see the creases in the cloth. You can see the fingerprints in his hair. You know there's a hand there somewhere. And English telly, I don't know about French telly, but is full of baking shows and how to make clothes shows and how to make pottery clothes. And they've done quiz shows about all these handcrafts. There's even one about toy trains. Who can make the best inventive toy train track? And we love craft where you learn things. But the handcraft, I think the further sophisticated computer goes, the more I personally will go back to, well, people are drawing with pencils again now. You know, that some people do this and say, actually, I just need a pencil.
It reminds me of a director we had here last year and who was presenting Lightyear.
Yes.
And he was talking, it's all CGI, but he was talking that on the special character, the cat, I can't remember the name, but what was interesting in working with this character is it was the gesture limitations.
Yes.
Although it's in CGI, it's the sweet spot was on the limitations. So I guess the puppet has huge possibilities with this.
A puppet still has limitations. It still has gravity, as you found when you were trying to make him stand. And I think, you know, all the good art is about conquering physics and anatomy, and ballet is about conquering anatomy and gravity and making it look easy. I think that still exists. And I think the audience appreciate that. They know it's a puppet, and yet it's making me cry, you know. So I think as long as we keep them as puppets and not pretending to be CG, I think there'll be... And they're toys, you know. Lots of children's TV series use puppets like that because they sell toys. And you can touch them.
Actually, all the CGI big blockbusters we have now are producing puppets for us to buy and play with. So it's...
Do you have any?
Not anymore. Oh yes, I have a Toy Story character, but it's not a puppet. It's a plastic shaped toy. But yes, I do. And
do you have a teddy bear?
No, I never had one.
Oh,
but I was never sad about that.
I'm so sorry. He doesn't have a teddy bear.
In France, we have a doudou, and sometimes it can be just a piece of cloth. But no, I had no teddy bear.
Oh, I'm sad about that.
I'm wondering if you've seen. I thought it was kind of a dirty movie, but do you know Team America?
Yes.
I was amazed by the entering scene in which you have actually puppeteering.
Yes.
Little puppets.
Yes. Celebrating puppets.
Exactly, and creating a surprise in the beginning that, okay, I was warned, this is a puppet film, okay, it's nice, and when we have the...
But there was another film at the same time called Strings, or Chords, which was sort of the grown-up version, very rich and operatic, and it started with a puppet, and you saw its strings being operated by somebody up there, and he was trying to kill himself, and he was cutting his strings. So it was using the technique of marionettes to actually tell the story as well. It was brilliant film.
Have you ever puppeteered puppets with your puppets?
Not really. On stage I've done a few, but no, this is what I do, what I enjoy doing.
Well, it was a pleasure to be with you, Barry. I would love to stay and keep on chatting and puppeting our minds till I don't know what.
I'll come back next year.
Yes, you are. I hope. Well, actually, you have the Lifetime Achievement Award, so you can bring this as a.
Come back and get the bit that broken off.
You think it's broken, or
no?
It's the way
it signifies the purity of life with a few hiccups,
or it's your career, and
yes.
Of course there is some parts
There's more
missing,
to come,
because there is more to come.
But the butterfly shape is gorgeous. It really is a beautiful trophy. I don't know who made it, but whoever made it, thank you.
We will pass the message. Yes. And thank you for creating this, well, unprecedented scene of a steel puppet with your Lifetime Achievement Award. And we look forward to seeing you next year, Barry.
I would love to come back.
You will.
Do master classes or something.
We'll check that next year, for sure.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot to you.
Thank you very much.
And thank you,
Lord
sir.
Todd.
Thank you, Lord.
Lord Todd. He's being a bit... It's all right, he's a friend.
I'm sorry.
He's used to rather big lesbians.
Oh, I'm sorry, I'm not a big lesbian.